Pandey from Easylib Software Private Limited. Today's the topic of webinar is the time management secrets that they don't teach you. Who is that we are referring to as a they? They is what we learned in the college or what we learned over the years, right? So many times nobody has taught us the time management principles or what we can call as secrets. You know, in this next 1 hour, what we are going to do is we are going to go over these time management techniques, I would say, not secrets, maybe a secret or a technique. So we will cover in on our topic and how we make the best use of our time. Okay, this is a part of the EasyOne educational series. As you know, Easylib Software Private Limited is a company based out of Bangalore. We are providing software to a lot of colleges. We are very happy to state that nearly 700 customers use our various products. The product that we wrote, the platform, Easylib platform for the libraries, now is running at about nearly 300 colleges on the software as a service SaaS model on the cloud. And we are very happy to state that EasyOne now has many more modules, including the academic administration, inventory management, project management, sales desk, service desk, and many more that will help your organization, especially it's tailored for the educational institutes and beyond. So today's topic is a part of the EasyOne educational series that we have started a few weeks ago to bring the best practices of the management to our potential, to our customers and the general public as a whole. Okay, let's get started. Again, the topic for today is the time management principles. Okay, so let's get started. You know, everybody has 24 hours a day. Not a single second less, not a single second more. Whoever it is, it's strictly 24 hours a day is got, and we all have only 7 days a week. So this is a completely non-renewable resource. That means once we spend, it's gone, right? So it's a very valuable resource. It's like, you know, somebody giving you lots of money and tell that whatever you want to spend, you have to spend within, like, let's say 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. How we make best use of that money, it's up to us. Similarly, the time is something that it's a non-renewable resource and it will not come back. So that makes it very important because, you know, through the time, we can achieve the goals faster. We reduce our stress. We can be more happy. We increase the productivity, maintain work-life balance, and get more personal and professional success and so on. So if you see the remuneration or the salaries or the earnings, right? We find that people earn anywhere from a few hundred rupees a day to few lakhs rupees a day. How? Probably the time management makes all the difference. How they do, what they have used the time for, and using that learning, how they are influencing what they need to do on a day-to-day basis. That is definitely helping them in improving their productivity, delivering better results, and thereby better financial results, better family life, better health, and much more. So that's why it's very important that we really take care of this time. That's all of us have only 24 hours a day. So let's go to the next slide here. Okay, why this time management matters? Let's just take a minute over here. Here, seeing the picture of this lady, right? What does it look? How does it look? She's in a rush. She seems to have missed a deadline. And you know, if somebody make, you know, the gesture like this, oh my God, I missed something. It's a picture of the poor time management. So what are the difficulties we face when we do a poor time management? We miss the deadline. Oh my God, the delivery date was yesterday and I missed it. Oops. Always, many times we hear the people saying that, oh my God, I have so much work. There's a lot of stress. And you know, in the office, we don't manage your time properly. The manager said, you are doing a bad job. I told you, you know, we went over this. You are supposed to do like this. You are doing like this. No. It's again a reflection of the bad time management. To make up for that, you work harder, you work more, and you have time less for other activities, so you get into the burnout, right? So when you work for 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 hours a day without any break, and it's not a fun, it's really a cause of the burnout. And you know what happens? Family members may always say that you're not available, right? So that's the scenario. So the root cause of all these issues is the poor time management. On the other hand, you see the picture below here. One is a sad face, and the other one is having happy face. So the better time management results in better decision making, increased efficiency, higher confidence, improved performance, and so on. Whatever we saw that in the result of the poor management, it the other way around. You meet the deadlines, you reduce your stress, you do a good quality of the work, and you are normal always, no burnout or anything like that, and the family is always happy with you. So that's why it's important that you have the better time management oversight. Okay. So, we all know that we have 24 hours, but still why we have a stress? No, all of us, not just you, not just somebody over there, somebody here, including me, we all have had the time management stress. If we analyze the issues, what is causing that? Many times we see that we procrastinate. What it means? Okay, the exams are in about 6 months from now. So that's about 80 days, 6 months. Let me read it at a later point of time. Okay, exams are still 6 weeks away. Let me read it later. Oh, another 2 weeks. Okay, I will do. We keep on postponing it. So that is the procrastination which causes the challenge that we face. Second is many times we don't have the clear goals. If somebody says, okay, what are the pending activities? I have to do something almost done. If I do this, some activities, it all be done. Do you think it's conveying any meaning? You are saying that some activities. You are not saying what activity is done, to be done. You are saying that it will take some time. You are not specific, right? Oh, I'm going to complete it soon. Soon doesn't have any meaning, right? It can be 1 day, 1 minute, 10 minutes, right? So it's all hazy picture, no clarity. So that is the one thing that will cause this challenge, missing the deadlines and stress. Third one, juggling with multiple items at a time. I do this, I do this, I do this, I read my email, I do a programming, I'm going to eat something, I'm going to call family member, I have Facebook open, Twitter open. Oh my God, you're doing 10 things at a time. We all have one brain, one head, only two hands, two legs, and so on, right? The study shows that a person can do only one thing at a time. Even if you are thinking that you are doing 10 things at a time, you are still doing only one thing at a time, but you are doing it so frequently that it looks like multitasking. But many studies have shown that a focused work yields better results compared to the multitasking. So anyway, so we'll go to that next. So one of the time management challenges, juggling with multiple times at activities at a time, we feel, oh my God, I am so overloaded. I am so Superman. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Relax. Interruption.
Your
You're
screen
talking.
sharing has been stopped.
Oh, sorry. When did it stop?
5 minutes ago.
Oh my God. See, this is also one more thing we have to learn. The moment we see something wrong, you got to say it. Okay. So, shall we start again from the beginning? Yeah. When did it stop? Any idea?
So 2-3
Oh,
minutes.
okay. All right. Okay. Let's get going over here. So, one of the things that we see, right? Distraction. What kind of distractions we have? I am talking to you and the phone rings. I'm talking to you. Whoop, one simple pop-up comes up over here. And somebody comes to delivery, bell rings. One of the team members say, "Hi, Ramesh, how are you doing?" All these distractions. So whatever you are doing, right? Oh, hi, how I am doing? How are you doing? And you write a bad program. So frequent interruption is another thing that we have. See, look, I told the delivery and it's the phone is ringing. Fortunately, I have somebody else taking care of that. So now, other one is the poor planning. Why this poor planning comes? We all think we are better than everybody else in the world. And 50% of are wrong. Yeah, because this exercise was done in Harvard University. Professor in the very first class asked, raise your hand if you are better than everybody else in the class. Out of the 100 students, 98 people raised the hand. And the professor told, look, it cannot be that 98 out of the 100 people are better than the other 50, other 99 people. Correct? If I take an average, only 50% of the people will be better than the other 50% of the people. So that means we are 50% wrong. Similarly, when something needs to be done, we say we underestimate, we under plan. Why? We are overconfident. So that's the poor planning. And overcommitment. In what is called the Josh, right? Oh, can you do this? Okay, I'm going to do it by tomorrow evening. It'll be done. Without thinking, sometimes we don't overcommit. That's another one. Then we have got all these WhatsApp alert, Facebook, email, this thing, that thing, that thing, all these digital distractions. These are the day-to-day challenges that we face over here. So now, throughout the day, it may seem okay. But at the end of the day, we end up with this person, he's looking like, oh my God, I have to do like this. The bus is going to start in another 20 minutes. I have to do this. Otherwise, the next bus is in 1 hour now. How do I do? All the stress. Think that makes us think that time management is one very important thing that we need to really focus and attend to. Okay, so now let's go into the techniques or the secrets or principles. First technique that we should follow is we should understand that all tasks are not equal. Very important thing. Do I need to do this? Is this task important? Does it align with my goals? When is to be done? So 3 questions you ask before doing anything. Focus on the high values instead of busy work. High value activities, you know what it means? That something that is going to add value to your commitment. If you are a software engineer, you like to write a good program. That is a high value. When you are a student, high value activity is preparing for the presentation, coming up with a new idea for your class or project, delivering an important presentation. These are all high value activities for you. Busy work, stick to friends, discussing what could have completed within half an hour. We keep on debating, discuss. And we say, oh my God, last 10 hours we have been working on this. Was it a high value activity? That's the question. Now, any activity, you want to make sure that ask 3 questions. How important is this task? Does it align to my goals? And when it is to be done? Only if the answers are satisfactory, then only you do this. Otherwise, you decide what the answer is. That is the first principle. Principle or the technique too. Every activity in the world can be grouped into 4. Something urgent, important. What is an urgent and an important activity? Let's say you are over here, right? And the exam is tomorrow. You are a student and the exam is tomorrow. You are a librarian and you have an audit tomorrow. That means the audit is important and it's urgent because it's tomorrow. So you got to sit, make sure that all the reports are ready, and you got to ensure everything is done. So you pretty much do not have a choice. Because if you don't do that, the repercussions are going to be very bad, right? It will affect the audit results, it will affect the exam results, and so on. So you don't have much choice, it must be done. Second quadrant is important but not urgent. What it means that if your exam is about 6 weeks from now, and that means that you have 6 weeks to study for the exam. That means that preparing for the exam is important, but it is not urgent right now. You don't have to do it today, but it must be done. If the audit is in about 2 weeks from now, you have 15 days of time. It is important, but not urgent that it has to be done today itself. Reading a book, it will help you improve your knowledge, but nobody questions if you don't read the book, right? It's not urgent. But reading a book helps you improve your knowledge. So these are all important but not urgent activity. Now you know what? If you ignore those important but not urgent activities, many of them turn out to be urgent and important activities. At that time, you do not have a choice at all. For example, take the example of an audit. You have it in 4 weeks. If you do the planning now itself, the audit time you are not stressed. But if all the reports are not ready, if everything is not organized, one day before the audit, you will be under extreme stress because the activity has now moved from important but not urgent to urgent and important. Okay. So it's very important that important but not urgent activities, you must schedule it and do as per the schedule. Third one, urgent but not important. What does it mean? Interruptions. Phone rings. Should you take this phone or should you ask your team member, hey, Nodappa, can you attend this call? Right? So, email activity. When pop-up comes, urgent. Is it important? You don't know, right? It could be spam also. Meetings. Decision makers are 3. Discussion is for 5 people, but 20 people are invited for the meeting. The meeting is there, but is it important? It may not be. So it will be tough. You can ask a question, should I need to go? Or can one of my team member go? Right? Or can I do like, just get the minutes of the meeting later? So you got to decide. Delegate. Last item, not urgent, not important. Not urgent, not important. Okay, we want to go to a movie today. Okay, if you're going with somebody, having a scheduled time, you want to spend a time with your spouse or children, that's wonderful. That's part of the work-life balance. You just want to go and instead of 1 hour, you want to spend 10 hours roaming in a mall all by yourself. Is it urgent? No. Is it important? No. But where is the time coming from? The same 24 hours. Best example of this, not urgent, not important, right? It's night 9:30 or 10:30. You're feeling sleepy, but you still look at the Facebook, right? And look at this phone interruption. You just message, I can't speak. That's all. Because it's phone ringing is urgent. You can't leave it. But it may not be important. It was a spam. So I just set up a message saying that, okay, I'm busy, I can't speak. Then let me call me later. Right? So not urgent, not important. Night 9:30, 10:30, you are sleeping, your eyes are going down, want to really sleep, but that is a one after another. Instagram. That's an example of a not urgent, not important, because if you spend time on this, you are not going to get up early in the morning. And if you don't get up early in the morning, instead of 9 o'clock, you go to the office at 10 o'clock and you are not fresh and you have delayed. And your manager says that, okay, I told you to do this and you did something else. It has repercussions on it. Okay, so these are all the issues that we face if we do not take care of these 4 quadrants of the activities. So we got to make sure that we keep in mind all these activities. I will put the phone on the do not disturb. Okay, all right. Next activity, next slide, let's go. How do we address this? So here, important but not urgent is what is the most important item. You need to look at it. That's what we learned in the technique too. For that, there is another book I would suggest you to read, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, by Dr. Stephen Covey. Okay, technique 3, smart goals. So now, one of the things, when you decide what needs to be done, again, even in this quadrant 2 activities itself, important but not urgent, to make sure that you don't get stressed, you got to set the smart goals. What does a smart mean? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. Let's say you are about 150 kg overweight. Oh my God, I can't walk. Somebody says, look, okay, you got to exercise, then you will be in good health. All say, okay, I'm going to do the exercise new year onwards. Or you'll say, oh my God, I'm going to do the exercise. But it doesn't tell anything. You can do exercise for 1 minute, you can do exercise for 1 hour. Is that sufficient to reduce weight? Not right. Instead of that, if you specifically state, today is February 16 or 17, starting February 18th, that is tomorrow, for the next 3 months. That means starting February 18th, you are very specific here. For the next 3 months, you are specifically time bound. In order to gain better health, that means it is relevant. So, if there is a goal, instead of smart, if you just set up SMAT goal, it's not going to make any meaning. No, it's not relevant at all. So you want to make sure it is relevant in order to gain better health. That is the relevancy why you want to go for exercise. And he is saying, I will go to gym. That is a very specific activity. I will go to gym. He is not going to say, okay, for the next 3 months, I am going to reduce my weight. Is it specific? Reduce the weight is a result, but going to gym is the activity. So you got to focus on the activity here. What activity you are going to? I will go to the gym and exercise. Specifically, he is saying that I am going to do the exercise. And he says 60 minutes, 5 days a week. A very clear goal. Starting 18 February for next 3 months, in order to gain the better health, I will go to gym and do the exercise for 60 minutes, 5 days a week. Very specific goal. If you do this right, automatically everything falls in line. Because you got to go to 60 minutes. So you will think, oh my God, I got to go to office at 9 o'clock. I will go to gym at what time? Okay, let me go at 6:30. Okay, so that means I get up at 6 o'clock, go to gym at 6:30, practice till 7:30, come back, freshen up, go to office. So when you keep your goal very, very, very specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound, obviously you will see better results. So that is the meaning of SMART. Let's go. What is the next technique? These all techniques, right? We plug from here, 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 there, and all that. There is nothing, it's not from one specific book or anything like that. Whatever we come across, we put it Sahana and me. Okay. So now, what is the planning one? If I say, okay, go and fill this water and then bring it here. That's an activity. It goes, you walk to the water fountain and then bring it and keep it on the table. 2-minute activity. Very simple. But if you need to, let's say, build a bridge, or in case of the library, do the classification for all these 10,000 books for which we have not done the classification earlier. So that requires a good amount of planning. So for what you need to do, plan. Clearly identify what are the important things. Break the task down. I would suggest you to read something called PMP, Project Management Professional. There is something called work breakdown structure. Any large project, right? You got to come up with a work breakdown structure. Let's say you want to build a house. What all you do for building house? You do the planning, rough idea. You go to the architect and get the design. Then you give it to a constructor and then get the financial estimate. Then you go to the bank and get the loan or do the arrangement for money. Then you finalize the contractor. Then the contractor, what it does, he makes sure that all the material is ready. Then he starts the work. And if he's a contractor doing all the planning for construction, right, he will plan when is the excavation going to happen, when is the basement, when is the plinth, when is the walls are going to be fit, when will the windows, when the roof, the once the roof is done, then there is electric work, there is the plumbing work, there is the compound work, there is the cleaning work, and finally, one day, even before this Vastu Graha Shanti, there may be still some activities pending. See, imagine even with that kind of planning, you have so many activities and stuff. Imagine what will happen if you don't plan. So my suggestion, technique 4 is that any activity that you do, right, you do a proper planning. And if you have got 100 tasks, make a list of 100 tasks. Pick up 3 or 4 items that need to be done in next 3-4 hours and plan those activities and complete those. That is the best way to complete those important items. Otherwise, if you keep 100 in front of you, you will be confused. You don't know what to do, what not to do. Finally, you will do the simple task like, okay, going and filling and water and coming here, keeping this mobile for charge, wiping this spectacle, writing some design on this paper, and saying that, okay, pen doesn't have this, okay, let me fill this. By the time you realize, it will be already 5 o'clock in the evening. So you got to make a list first, then do the prioritization. Otherwise, if you don't do the prioritization, you will end up doing only the simple tasks, not the important things. You take some time, plan what you're going to do next day, put it in the calendar. We'll go to the planning also. And then if possible, do the planning session for the week. Lastly, most important is maintain the discipline. Only when you do that, you have the power to achieve the thing that you wanted. Let's go to the 5th one. I think we need to rush a little bit more. Okay, still we have time. Good. This, I think I'm going to cover about 14 techniques just for information. Time blocking techniques. This is one important thing, Many times what happens, right? We end up doing something which would have taken half an hour. We end up doing 2 hours because we want to make it perfect. Perfect. Keep on doing. Okay, I look at this. Something need to be changed. Something need to be changed. We keep on changing. So instead of that, what you can do is divide your 10 hours a day into the specific blocks. What am I going to do from 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12? How much time I am going to spend on this activity? 1 minute, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. So do a time blocking, right? So best thing is to use the calendar, because the calendar, Google Calendar or the Teams calendar will take care of sending the reminder, saying that it'll pop up. You got a meeting in 30 minutes and it'll say you get a meeting in 5 minutes, so that will help you join that meeting on time. And at that time, you can also put on the phone on the silent mode. And if it is urgently, you got to put it on the airplane mode, right? So use that blocking of the time. That is how all these technology tools are there, right? Earlier, 20 years back, we were using all the pen and paper, but still calendar planning. But now you got your phone, it can send a reminder, you got the PCs, lot of tools are available. Make the use of this. When you do the time blocking, you will be able to focus on that activity. The best example is of Kuvempu. Sri Ramayana Darshanam, when he was writing, right? He took off from the university for a few months. Every day, certain time, he would be in his room. People even give the food through the window or maybe a small door, opening in the door, and he will focus on that activity and write. Can you imagine how much amount of attention it would have required for him to write that book, Sri Ramayana Darshana? If that kind of attention he had not given, he would not have been able to come up with that kind of masterpiece. So coming up with any masterpiece, doing any extraordinary work, requires inordinate amount of focus and your dedication. And time blocking is one of the best methods for that because it helps improve the concentration. It helps remove all the multitasking activities and increases the depth of the work that you are doing. Nothing else I'm going to do for this next 10 minutes, 25 minutes. I'm going to do only those activities. Right? And that's the time blocking. We were talking about the 25 minutes, right? Work, focus 25 minutes. You know what Pomodoro technique says is that you better do a 25 minutes intensive work. No phone, no email, no nothing. Just creative work of 25 minutes at utmost focus. Only that activity. Then take a couple of minutes break. It will extend to 4 or 5 minutes. Okay. Going out, coming back and all that. Maximum 5 minutes. Then take up the next one. So do this. Then after 4 sessions, maybe go have a cup of coffee or something like that. Come back. 2 hours, 4 intensive activities of 25 minutes each. You can achieve tremendous amount of things. I will tell you, I have followed this and it really helped. And I'm happy to state that I got gold medal in my engineering. And this 25 minutes really helped me because I would. Okay. Okay. That 25 minutes, I would study, complete that chapter, take a break. Then I'll go to the next one. So what I used to do, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, based on that, the size of the chapter, I'd break. That really helped me at that time. So that's the problem. Next one, procrastination. We have all been a victim of this procrastination. Why? Oh, there's a lot of time. Let me do it. No interest. We say, oh, what if I do and I fail? Or maybe, when I become perfect, I'm going to do this. I need to do perfectly, otherwise I'll be a failure. No. Don't do that. Doing something 80% accurately, and when you have 70 or 80% information, starting that work is more important than waiting to get all 100% data and then starting the work. Because by the time you start the work, the things would have changed. So that is why start the work when you need to do with the discipline without excuse of procrastination. That wouldn't help anybody. So simple thing. If somebody says you got to remove that particular dead tree from your house. Look at that tree, 20 feet tall, all branches are dead. That tree is not going to grow anymore. And keeping that is a hazard. You got to remove it. Oh my God, it's such a big activity. Today you say that. Tomorrow again, same thing. Day after tomorrow again, same thing. By the time you realize 1 month would have gone. Instead of that, you look at that tree, say that, okay, today I'm going to cut this portion. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Tomorrow I'm going to do this. Small activities. Small activity. All you do is get up that day, go and complete it. Then be happy and then do something else. That we learned about that 25-minute activity, right? Right? So take up this activity, do it for 25 minutes, then take the 5 minutes break, then again do the next one. With utmost focus, you can even do the big ones. Lot of activities, right? And then as you complete this as the schedule, and once you start the work, then you don't think too much. Your attention should be on completing. Okay. Next item. How do we manage the distraction? So earlier, distractions were less. Only when somebody walks to the house, then you have somebody asking you, to do something or an distraction. But now there is a phone, there is an email, there is WhatsApp, everything. Keep coming. how do you do that? Very simple techniques. Please, today, turn off that notification icon in the email. If something is urgent, people will call you. They will stop by. But every email doesn't respond immediate response, right? So relax, turn off that notification. And many times it's WhatsApp, right? When a WhatsApp, tin, 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 I will tell you, unfortunately, it affects the health. Continuous tin, 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 tin. Biologically, over the millions of years, we are built in a situation where a distraction meant life-threatening situation. So whenever there is a tin tin sound coming, our body gets into the alert mode saying that, okay, there is a threat. It could be as simple as WhatsApp tin tin message. So kindly put that WhatsApp on a silent. If you require, use the do not disturb mode. And if the distraction is too much, then you switch off this phone altogether. I know sometimes it causes difficulty because somebody may be trying to reach you. You got to make a call. Okay, when to switch off the phone, when to keep it on silent mode, when to attend the call. So you got to do this. And as far as the email is concerned, don't keep checking the email every minute, all that thing. Set up a time. Okay, every hour you are going to check one time. Then close. That's it. To create a focus. Don't keep some 100 things in your place. Whatever is required. I need a stamp because I need to sign. I need a pen because I need to write. I need a scissor to open this. So just keep only some 5 to 10 items on your workplace, not like 100 items. Oh, this is another interesting thing. Basavanna says in one vachana, right? Madi madi kettaru manavillade, needi kettaru nijavillade. Means if you want to say no to something, please say no. Don't come under the pressure and say yes, later repent. When it comes to the time management, when somebody asks you to do something, decide whether it's a part of your duty. If it is yes, if your manager is saying, obviously you will do that. And if it is not part of your the duty, then is it something you are is a part of your work, right? Obviously that need to be done. But if it is something else, somebody is asking you to drop you to somewhere else, you evaluate how much time it's going to take. 3 hours. If somebody wants you to drop you to the airport, in Bangalore, it takes about 6 hours. 2 hours to go, 2 hours to come back, and maybe give 1 hour, 2 hours extra for all traffic jams and all that. You're going to spend 4 to 6 hours. Then really think whether is it worth it. So when you need to say no, politely say no with the due respect. Because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you really want to say no, but you still end up doing it and it affects all your other activities. Very important. Applies to both professional as well as personal activities. It applies even in the more in the personal activities because there are rules are not defined in a home, right? Home, friends, the rules are all hazy. Somebody may say, okay, do this thing. Fortunately, in the workplace, it's pretty clear because your manager also has equal interest in making sure that you work only on the items that are important. So he will not give you all the extra things that you are not supposed to do. Correct? So, but when in the family environment, when the things are to be done at your end, you need to really evaluate when do you need to say yes, when do you need to say no. That is the 9th technique. 10th technique, respect for work-life balance. What is work-life balance? Work that we do work. Life outside we do that. So what is in the life? Family is there. Your health, your hobbies, your regular rest, meeting friends, social connection. These are all part of life. So what it means that work-life balance is that you do sufficient planning at your work end so that you have time for your life. See, work is utmost important because it gives you bread and butter or anna sambar, roti. If you don't do anything in the work and if you falter here, family will not be with you, your health will get affected, hobbies, you will not have time, you will not get enough rest, your social connections have no meaning if you mess up your work. So work plays utmost important role. So you got to work for the stipulated 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, whatever is the planned work. Now, the most important activity is that when you are in the work, you got to do the better planning of all these things, smart goals, these 80-20 rule, these time important and urgent that breakup, the smart goals, when the planning, the time blocking method, Pomodoro techniques, removing the procrastination things, eliminating the distractions, and when to say no. All these are important because they all affect your work. And if the work gets affected, you obviously the life will get affected. The time management is extremely important if you want to have a good family, good health, good hobbies, good rest, good social connections. You better do a better planning at the work front so that you have time for rest of the things. Now the thing that is going on in the workplace is that delivery based on the commitment. So this activity need to be done, some activity, and you say 4 hours. And if don't complete in 4 hours, manager most of the time will not say, okay, come and work tomorrow. He will say, stay now tomorrow today for another 2 hours and complete this work. That is what is expected. That is the work. Because that kind of discipline is what makes the companies grow. That is what gives us all the benefit of having a good shirt, good computer, good all every these things, because somebody is disciplined to give the work and make sure that that work is done on the time, as per the committee, as per the quality within the cost. So work, you don't have a choice. You got to make sure that you're extremely efficient at the work front so that you have a work-life balance. Something you need to remember. I suggest all of you to read this Atomic Habits book because that tells you a lot of techniques on how to eliminate distractions, how to gain a better control of this, how you spend time, how to even remove the tendency to check too much of WhatsApp, Instagram, and so on. Let me give one simple technique. Are you spending too much time in Instagram when you go to sleep? Very simple technique. You decide when do you want to sleep. Okay, I want to sleep at 10:30. Fine. At 10:30, take this phone, keep it in another room. Go and sleep in your bed. No phone, you will get a good sleep. And if the phone is next to you and there is a tin WhatsApp comes, you will go and say, oh my God, let me reply this WhatsApp. Oh, there is a Facebook, let me like it. Oh, there is an Instagram, let me put a comment. Before you notice, 10:30 would have become 12 o'clock. And I have seen a few cases where people, when they come to office, they don't have energy, they're very less energetic. They're getting scolding from the manager. Manager is unhappy. All this happening because that person spent too much time on the mobile. To eliminate that very simple activity, just keep the phone somewhere far so that automatically it becomes a more difficult activity to do something that you really didn't want to do. That's from this book. Kindly read it. Okay, a few more items. Wake up early. Or I would say wake up when you want to, when you need to, not when you want to, because we all want to sleep 1 hour extra. We all enjoy, right? Many of us enjoy sleeping. Why? No. When you need to, you wake up. If you decide that you need to wake up at 5, you better wake up at 5. Physical activity. Why important? Sharira matram khalu dharma sadhanam. Anything that we want to do in life, it is possible only when we have a good health. So physical activities are obviously important. Then the next technique is prioritize what is to be done. Keep the difficult ones first, not the easy ones. Because we have a tendency to take more time. So if there are 10 activities and you do only the 3 activities instead of the plan 5 activities, only 3 activities you have taken all the time in the day. So you end up with doing only the small, easy activities. The difficult activities like cutting the big tree will remain like that only. So you prioritize the difficult activities, pick up on this, take the bull by the horn. That means if the bull is coming over here, running, what you need to do? You stand here, hold it up. So that is when you can bring the things under control. Take the difficult activity first and then get it off the way so that your mind is relaxed. You'll be able to do better things. Of course, take the scheduled breaks. You want to go for lunch? 30 minutes, go eat lunch, come back. Not like walking slowly, eating this 1 hour, 1.5 hours, come back again, stop here and all that. By the time you come back, it is like, you went at 1 o'clock, by the time you come back at 2:45. No. That is all bad. Fix a time at the work, what time is the lunch hour, stick to that. If you have extra time, come back and do more work so that you can be more productive, or do the physical exercise like walking and all. But maintain that scheduled plan. Then review the progress of what you have done. So the small habits like this, all this in the box, right? In the circle, play you big result. All right. Technique 12, we are almost coming to the closure. When you do those activities, you maintain a timesheet system. So that way you will be able to see when you have what you have completed, what you did not complete. Discuss with him to see whether you need to reprioritize the item, what we missed, when do we need to do some things, or what change of priorities are required. All that thing you can do when you do a review. Otherwise, you'll keep on doing. Then you realize, oh my God, it's already 6 months gone. I don't know what I have done. So weekly planning review really helps. Fortunately, we have a lot of tools. You can set up a calendar. When you go for lunch, you set up a calendar for 35 minutes. 35 minutes, it will start ringing saying that, okay, time to go back to office. Meetings, you have a digital calendar. There are a lot of task management apps. Even in Easylib now, we have got a project management tool, which will help you list all the activities, tick what is to be done. Or we have the future activities tracking. And as far as we have the ticketing system, we all customers use it, right? It will help you what to be done. So we have enough reminders, when the meeting starts, you get a reminder. When about to start, you get a reminder. Daily, you get an email saying that these are the activities that are open. All this. So make best use of this technology. Technology, let it be your guide. Technology, let it be your, tool to help you. But it should not be something, you are driven by that and only you do that. Like, Instagram. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the stipulated time is okay. But just because Instagram in your machine or your phone, if it takes 60 minutes more, that's not a bad app. You just simply delete it. And technology should support the productivity, not a distraction. If you think that something is distraction, just remove the technology away. Come back to the ones which will help you improve the productivity. After all, technology is a tool. But activity in your hand is the most important thing. So do that. Okay. All right. So that was the technology part. Now the last slide we are in now. 80-20 rule, Pareto principle. What it means is that 80% of the results that we get are because of the 20% efforts we put. Let me repeat. Only 20% of the activities that we do on a day are giving the 80% result. And interestingly, this is true most of the time. If you look at the most productive people in an organization of 100 people, there will be 20 people who are doing extraordinary work. 20% of the sales people will be doing extraordinary results, getting the extraordinary results. 20% of the customers are giving the highest amount of returns. So, and as far as the activities are concerned, only 20% of the activities are very important. That's what is this 80%, 20, 80, 20 rule is. So what it means is that pick up the activities that will really give more impact. And those are your 20% activities, which will give you 80% result. Anything that is not going to add value, simply off the mark. Put it lower priority. So that is in the rest of the 80. So if you have got 20 activities, pick up 2 or 3 topmost activities, which will give you the results. Put all your efforts on that 3 tasks or 2 tasks so that you get highest amount of result. So the question that you want to ask, any activity that you need to do is what activities truly make a difference, truly move the needle. What activities truly make a difference? That activity, that kind of activity rather. And if you have too many of those, again you prioritize how much value it will add. If you have 10 reports to be prepared, decide which 3 reports are the most important. Focus on those 3 reports. If you happen to be a salesperson, you have 20 customers in the pipeline, potential customers in the pipeline. You decide which of the top 5 customers you need to spend time and spend on those 5. Because always we are all stretched with the requirement of time. We have only 24 hours a day, out of which 7 or 8 hours goes in the regular activities like sleep and all, food and all, another 2 hours, no, 10 hours gone. And if you happen to be in Bangalore, 1 hour you spend in the commute. And then we spend about 9 or 10 hours at office. And then at home, only 1 or 2 hours left. Right? And within office also, there is a fixed 9 hours. And that is where, all the lot of things are there. You got to make, then you have got so many other things. You are driving a car, you got to take care of tire pressure, you got to fill the petrol, you got to get the oil change regularly, then you got to get the maintenance done. See, these are all small activities that will take your time. So that is why it's extremely important that you value the time that you have got in the hand. Focus on the activities that you need to do. The best thing is use the Microsoft Teams or Outlook or Google, any calendar. You fix your time. How am I going to spend my morning 6 o'clock till night at 10 o'clock? If you happen to wake up at 6 and then sleep at 10, you fix, put it on the calendar. Rest of the automatically things will fall in line. So if you decide if you are going to go to exercise, 6:30 to 7:30, I'm going to gym, or I'm going to do the walking, or I'm going to read this book. Automatically, rest of the things will fall in line. So what activities truly make the difference? How much value it will add, and then take up. And if for the bottom things, see if you can ask somebody else to do, or you can do it on a weekend or whenever you can do it. Fine. So that's the 80-20 rule. So that's about it. This was the gist of the time management. This is an extraordinary topic which so much of research has been done on time management. So many books are available. So many people have given talks on this. So many people have written the articles on this. This is something that requires constant learning. If this PPT, this video, you may want to see again and again. If there is a book, again, you keep reading again. Right? So only when you repeatedly read something, right, it goes into your mind. Otherwise, it's very easy that it will go off the line. What I would suggest, if it is a video, see it a few times. If it is a book, mark on the books which are the important things so that you can refer to that again. Or better yet, you make your own notes. Because here, what I have told you in the last 55 minutes is the best of the knowledge that we gain from our perspective. But you can do better. And I wish you all the best. And let's manage the time wisely and build success together. We all can be more successful. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. It's right on time. It's about 4 o'clock. Thank you. Have a good day. And if you have questions, we can cover questions. Thank you so much.